did Matt Hardy and so did Lita. And then we'll have the whole conclusion of the whole thing. What I think of the whole thing. So let's pull up the Edge interview and see what he has to say regarding this.
It seemed like you were launched into superstardom on the heel sense. It seemed like you were launched into superstardom on the heel sense when you did what had to be the most uncomfortable storyline with the whole Matt Hardy Lita thing. How uncomfortable was it to act out this thing that happened in your real life that you just wanted to, I would assume you just wanted to get away from.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to I fucked up and let's move past it. And then they were like, no, everybody knows about it. This is too good. How uncomfortable?
Well, I understood it. From a business standpoint, I always try and look at it from Vince's standpoint. It's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I put myself in this position, so I only got myself to blame. So all right, you reap what you sow. So let's go sow it.
But were you able to get there? Yeah. Were you able to in hindsight? I can understand that intellectually, but just as a human being, were you able to be there?
Yeah. I tried to commit to whatever I had to do on screen because that was the only way it was going to work. And it really did feel like it was, her and I against the world kind of thing. So that we felt that way. Mm-hmm. So it was easy to portray that on TV.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, there's a whole story on the internet. There was an affair and Matt Hardy's girlfriend and blah, blah, blah. They turned it into a storyline.
Yeah.
Just to bring everybody up to speed without
Yeah, without assuming everyone knows the wrestling world.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I'd say that was probably the most stressful point of my career from just a personally taxing standpoint. But yeah,
stressful part of your career, but you the one that helped. You played a part in this, Edge. You get a boo for that, Edge. We got to boo you for that.
For everybody.
I can't believe you said that, Edge.
Tell me you did not just say that.
You helped cause all this trouble. You're going to say you was stressed. Who the hell told you it was open mic night saying that dumb crap?
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
Let's continue on the interview.
It was like, okay, see it through, get past it. And really my mindset was we're here now, so I'm going to use this.
Yeah.
And try and, if you want to, think you think you know me. If you think you know me, I'm going to use this to fuel, you want to hate me? I'll give you reasons.
Yeah. And it seemed like I always felt like it seemed like weathering that storm was what brought you over to the next level, where it was like, okay, let's try this out on a bigger level. And once you tried it out, you were there. I mean, probably I've been to a couple WrestleManias live, and your match with Undertaker is my favorite live WrestleMania moment, just because it seemed everything just kind of came together. Like you were ready. Like I felt like that you feel like that was a kind of a peak.
I'm sorry, I gotta pause this real quick, guys. I just want to make a side note. This is not So Sam Wrestling. He's with WWE. I know he works with WWE, does good work, but I just gotta say he is such an ass kisser. All he do is bootleg everything. He goes over the top. You don't have to do that. I understand he's a big wrestler fan. or as they call it, Amari. But you don't have to go that far to tell the rest how much you're interested in him. He's just a bootlegger, man. And I just can't stand how he just capes for every WWE superstar he hears. I think your feud with Undertaker is so great. You ain't got to do it, be like that, man. Just calm down, man. Calm down. Oh, man, the caping, the bootleg is at an all-time high with this guy. I don't care if he do work for WWE. I got to say it anyway. I respect what he does, but at the same time, you're taking it way too far. It's not so, Sam. You ain't got to be like that, man. Just interview, say, hey, I respect what you do. Keep it moving. I guess that bootleg is what got him into WWE. I digress. Let's continue on the interview.
Yeah, that was my favorite, personal WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
Just to okay, we're closing out WrestleMania. I'm going against Undertaker.
And it was kind of like the whole, you were on an upswing until there. Is he ready? Is he ready? Is he ready? And then it was like, once you came out, it's like, yes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's on that level.
I think before that they knew, or they wouldn't have put me in that position. I don't think you put someone in the last match against Undertaker unless you already know.
Just to try things out.
Yeah, I don't think that you're past the trying out point at that juncture. But for me, I was just like, okay, well, this is an affirmation of like proving it throughout the years. It's like, okay, well, there's no doubt now. I'm in here against him, and he thinks I belong, and the guy who owns the company thinks I belong. It took a lot of proving, took a lot of diving through flaming tables, with chips on my shoulder and all of those things. But that was a validation for me.
How do you?
Okay, that's Edge's situation. We talk about how he had to do what's right for the business. He talked about how much this is a career. He had to do what's right for business and all that stuff. Edge, I just tell his interview, Edge didn't care. He still didn't care. He did what could benefit him, but I will say is for Edge, it did boost his career, and that's how the Rated R Superstar was born, and it did do a lot of wonders for him. So Edge benefited the most out of his whole feud. Lita was hated. Matt Hardy career didn't go nowhere, but his did. But now we're gonna hear Matt Hardy talk about it with Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet, great podcaster. At least he don't bootleg like the other guy do. At least he got some type of integrity. But we're going to get into there and see what he has to say regarding this whole love triangle that happened 19 years ago.